Fire Emblem Engage is so laughably bad. For the record, once again, 200 games on my completed games list, and Fire Emblem Engage is like not even in the top 100, and Fire Emblem Three Houses is third. This is the Persona 1 of Fire Emblem games. This is like what everyone who hates Fire Emblem thinks that Fire Emblem is, like, all the time. It's a bunch of good character designs, but no memorable, like, characters. A generic plot about, like, good versus evil. And, like, every trope you can imagine. Like, I just wish we could have done this to get... No, you can't leave me. There was so much I had to tell you. It was so dumb. I can't even really describe my enjoyment level of it because, like, it wasn't like The Room where, like, you're enjoying it the whole time. It, like, was bad, and it was also very funny bad. Me and my girlfriend's emotions while we were playing through this together were like a pendulum. We were like, this is unbearable. This is so funny. Like, in one scene, it's the most tropey, slow bullshit you've ever seen. And then in the next scene, they say the words, the Fire Emblem, which, by the way, is in, like, no other games except for, like, the first one, I think. Then they say Among Us in, like, the next line. It has the most predictable plot beats you could ever imagine in any game ever, and when they finally do something you didn't expect, they fall flat on their face and do nothing with it. And the worst part is, the first part of this game is good! It's nothing, like, crazy or anything, it's nothing, like, groundbreaking, but, like, it's fine. And then they get to, like, the midway climax of it, and you're like, oh my god, this game's gonna be really good, and then everything past that just sucks! I don't know why they think having one line of expositional dialogue is going to make someone care about a character when they die. I just don't get it. How do you think that you cannot develop characters the whole time with the excuse that they're mysterious, and then you give them a trauma dump 2 seconds before they're clearly gonna die, and you expect us to, like, bawl our eyes out because of it? It makes no sense. This is like middle schooler who tried to write a novel sort of bad. It's filled with the most amateur writing mistakes you could ever imagine. I could maybe even forgive that if the combat was pretty cool. The engage mechanic is the best part of the game. All the maps, when you look at them objectively, aren't great. You know it's bad when a gimmick shows up and I'm like, yay! Something to do! And the opening theme song, who wrote that shit? Rise from 1,000 years ago! Every time that came on, me and my girlfriend without hesitation, we would cry laughing. We would literally think they made this game to be bad on purpose, which is an interesting strategy. You'd think after coming out with 3 hopes that they wouldn't be able to top that level of bad for a long time, but no, it's not a fumble. I'm genuinely worried that, like, the Fire Emblem series is just going like this. I liked some characters, but, like, even then, like, the peaks weren't even, like, great in all things considered. It was just a bad game through and through. I flat out wouldn't even recommend it. While it was super funny, the amount of funny you get for, like, it dragging on and on isn't even worth it, and that's so sad. Easily the worst Fire Emblem game I have ever played.